Hey, what's up again there, guys? Brian here, D3 Topics Gamer, and I really apologize. It has actually been quite some time since I uploaded my last video, so I'm hoping that the month of October is a month where I can actually get a good amount of content out. And I'm hoping to start off with this requested video from one of my viewers going by that name, and he was curious to see if I would do a Nintendo Switch game library collection video, which I actually have to admit I don't think I've done. Now, I've actually had my Switch for a number of years, and I have to admit, at first I was a big kind of critic of Nintendo Switch, thinking that you can't be a handheld and a console until I accidentally got my hands on one, and then I found out that it's actually not that bad. I'm gonna go over just pretty much the 8 games I currently have. I'm very selective with my games because of the limited amount of time I have to game. Nowadays, I'm very selective with my PlayStation 5 games that I get. I'm even more selective with my Nintendo Switch games. And typically, I won't get a game unless it's something I'm really interested into getting, or if it's something that a friend recommends that I get because it's a really good game. And heck, I don't want to waste my time on any games I don't think aren't worth it. So if you do happen to enjoy this video by the end, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to track me on my future videos. And remember, if you guys have any ideas for future videos you would like me to upload, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will be sure to get it up as soon as I can and give you an awesome shout out right at the beginning. So I'm going to go in the order of the game my Switch games that I bought in order. There is one game that I did buy for my brother while I was on my vacation last month, which was Mario Kart 8. We had a blast playing that at his place. So that's like a ninth game that I technically bought personally, but I decided to give it to him because I figured he would enjoy it more than I would. So the first game I ever got for Nintendo Switch was YuGiOh Legacy of the Duelists. I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan. And, this was before Master Duel came out, so I was really playing this a lot. And this is technically the updated version of Legacy of the Duelist, because I actually have Legacy of the Duelist originally for my PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, but this is the updated version, which extended the game, the card library, and updated the rules. So that was the first game that I picked up. Afterwards, if there was any Nintendo classic game that I knew I had to get for my Switch, it was going to be Super Mario 64. And though they actually created the Super Mario 3D All-Star collection, the funny thing about this game is that despite this game coming with 3 games in the form of Nintendo Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy, I've never actually played Sunshine or Galaxy. I bought this specifically just to play Super Mario 64 because to this day, I'm 100% sure that it's the last Mario game I ever actually beat, and it's still my favorite to this day. I mean, heck, I first played this game in 1997, and that's just how much I love that game. I'm not sure if Sunshine and Galaxy are worth playing. I think I maybe tested out Galaxy 1 or Galaxy 2 on the Wii for like an hour, and then I just gave up on that. But heck, I still love Mario 64 to this day, and heck, I pop and play this anytime I go out. Next game that I got was, of course, Final Fantasy X and X-2 collection pairing. This adds to my ever-growing collection of always getting my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time and JRPG of all time on as many consoles as possible. So I had to get it on the Switch. So I do believe that Final Fantasy X is the game I have on the most amount of consoles and handhelds. So I own it on PlayStations 2, 3, 4, Vita, Switch, and I believe it's on the 3DS. Yes, it is on 3DS. So, yeah, I had to get it for the Switch. And I have played both Final Fantasy X and X-2 on the Switch multiple times, and I love it every single time, so that's a game that will never get old. Next thing that I got was the Resident Evil Triple Pack. This is my era of Resident Evil. Personally, my very first Resident Evil game was Resident Evil 4, and I went on to 5 and 6, and then I went back and played the older games and realized I didn't like those games until they started remaking them. We're not going to talk about the remakes. So this triple pack comes with Resident Evils 4, 5, and 6, and I do believe that the cartridge itself, the card, has 4, and it gives you a code to download 5 and 6. I believe that's how it works. But I have played all 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the Switch multiple times. I've enjoyed it. This is my era of Resident Evil, and that's never going to change. Next 2 games I got at the same time, which is Pokemon's Brilliant Diamond, as well as Shining Pearl. I never got a chance to play Diamond or Pearl when they originally came out, so this was actually my introduction to this era of Pokemon, and I like how gameplay style, it's exactly how it was in the 90s and the early 2000s. This is my style of Pokemon games. I've seen the newer style, and I haven't really been too invested into it. Like I had a chance to play. I purchased Scarlet, and I didn't like it after about 2 hours, and I returned it, and I put it towards another game, which I actually have here with me. So yeah, I would say that in terms of Pokemon games, these are probably the last set of Pokemon games I'll get on a Switch in the traditional style of Pokemon games that I really enjoyed. But heck, I still love going back and play these games. I actually bought two of these so I can make two different teams and then battle technically myself as long as a few of my friends that do have this game with them, and we've battled each other a couple times, and it's always been a fun experience. So yeah, I would say Pokemon Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond is next. Next game is Live Alive or Live Alive, depending on who you speak to. This is a game that was recommended to me by another YouTuber who also loves JRPGs as much as I do. And I'm shocked that I did not discover this game sooner, because this is exactly the type of JRPG I would have loved as a kid. This is very reminiscent of the older style of, I would say, the 16-bit era of JRPGs. So games like, Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 16 and Secrets of Mana. This fits in that category. And the fact that it has all these different time periods and therefore every character is a little bit different gave it a lot of replayability. It was really a fascinating game for me to play. I loved it. I'm glad I didn't discover this game sooner. And this is just another example of I really rely on others to tell me what games I should be playing so I can add them to my collection. Because, again, if it wasn't for my friend, I wouldn't have found this game and enjoyed it as much as I did, which is why I'm glad it's in my library now. And the last Nintendo Switch game that I picked up is also another game that was recommended to me by my friend John, who is also a fellow YouTuber. And it's a game called Hades. I think I had seen or heard of this game, but I really wasn't sure what it was about. But it was kind of like a dungeon type game, I would guess, sort of. And you pretty much have to fight your way through it on one life. And if you die, you have to go back to a certain point, and you basically have to get better. And the maps kind of change every time you go back, so it kind of keeps you always on your toes. I haven't beaten this game, but I have gotten pretty far. And I gotta say, this is very, very challenging. But the good kind of challenging, not the bad type of challenging that makes you want to quit games. So yeah, I haven't had enough time to actually beat this game because I keep bogged down with other games that come out. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with Hades. I believe the next and the only game left that I plan to get for the Switch for this year is going to be Super Mario RPG, because I did play that as a kid on the Super Nintendo. So I'm going to have a blast replaying it in this updated version on the Switch. I think that's going to be the next game I get. So yeah, that is my Nintendo Switch game collection. If you happen to have your own Nintendo Switch games collection, what is your favorite game that you currently own for that console? Let me know in the comments down below. And like always, I want to thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you guys next time.